But as I assumed days ago, Democrats are coming out of the woodworks, pointing fingers at one another, throwing each other under the bus. And here's Jill Biden's former chief of staff doing that exact thing.
I think it's sort of reflective of my experience when I was there.
Yeah.
That there was a culture of evasiveness when it comes to transparency. I said to your colleague Rachel Campos Duffy a couple weeks ago that they were allergic to transparency, and if you weren't stonewalling, if you weren't hiding the ball, it was usually a sign of betrayal or disloyalty to the Bidens. But I just don't think that this bunker mentality approach is helpful reputationally to the Bidens, to Dr. B, and to the president. They should be full disclosure, full transparency, showing that they have nothing to hide. This bunker mentality is sort of a way that people approached politics in the 90s, and it's just not sustainable in the media environment we live in.
In a scandal of this magnitude, anything from the Biden camp other than complete transparency is totally incriminating. You all should be proudly and honestly and openly declaring that the president was mentally fit and staffers absolutely were not abusing the auto pen without Joe Biden's permission. That should be easy. That should be simple. But they can do all the hunkering down they want. This is not going anywhere. Every day, this is proving to be a more and more serious breach of American democracy. Let's listen to this same guy who, again, was in the weeds of all of this say that everybody in the Biden camp, they're all going down.
So to that point, though, Michael, can Ashley Williams or any of these witnesses credibly deny that they did not see Joe Biden's mental decline?
If they saw, I don't see how that's possible, given how close proximity and access they had. They had access to the residence. They had special badges. They were in charge of manifests and determined who was around Biden and when and how often and how frequent and for how long. They really were gatekeepers in the true sense of the word.
Yeah.
Like, these people around Joe Biden are being called in to testify in front of Congress. This is a serious matter. They have to tell the truth. They can perjure themselves, but that doesn't look good for them or the Biden family. So like I said, they're going to start cooperating. They're going to start throwing more serious bad actors under the bus. It is blatantly obvious now that the Biden administration cultivated this lead wall around Joe Biden that nobody was able to breach. His staffers were clearly controlling him, controlling the auto pen, dictating policy. I said this before, you can't have me believe that Joe Biden, who didn't want schools integrated, who was against gay marriage, is now so brainwashed by transgender ideology that he's draping pride flags from the White House. That is an enemy shadow government running America through an auto pen machine. So after Jake Tapper's bombshell book that really just blew the lid off this whole thing, more money-hungry grifters who were complicit in pushing the narrative Joe Biden was fine are coming out and releasing their own books.